Right now we are in Durgapur, around 150 kilometers away from Kolkata. We are here to meet Urvi's parents. Right now we are in Urvi's hometown, and we will take this opportunity to visit some of the tourist hotspots that are near Durgapur. Like today we'll be visiting Bishnupur. It is also known as the temple town of Bengal.
Yeah, and it is about 138 kilometers from Kolkata, and from here it is about 60 kilometers. So it's around 8 a.m. and we will start our journey now.
We couldn't just miss that opportunity having another road trip. We just love these little road trips. They add a lot of excitement to life, and that's the reason we are here today going to Bishnupur.
We are now crossing the Durgapur barrage, and Bankura is about 40 kilometers from here. The weather is fine. It's a bit hot, but it's okay till now. Let's see how it goes further. Right now we are cruising through State Highway 9. For a change, Utsav is not driving today. He is on the passenger seat. My dad is driving, and me and my mom are sitting in the back seat. While going to Bishnupur, we took a pit stop at Bankura, Bikna, Dokra, Hastashilpa. We'll go inside the village, and we have heard that some people are there to make Dokra jewelries and motifs. We'll go inside and see how it is.
As we move along the village road, we can see that there are a lot of these handcrafted items being created in these very local households. And there are a lot of shops from where you can buy souvenirs. You can see the actual crafts being created in front of your own eyes. It's a very nice experience. It's a must visit if you are in West Bengal. Small artifacts and handcrafted items that you can see here. There are so many small miniature statues of Hindu gods and goddesses. There are so many jewelries created, and the prominent structure that I saw is of the Mother Goddess Durga. Dokra is a kind of non-ferrous metal casting that has existed in India for almost 4,000 years now. It has existed since the time of Mohenjo-daro and Harappan civilization. It is basically like taking any non-ferrous metal and casting it on top of wax. I kind of oversimplified it. There is a lot more into that handicraft. We are standing in the house of a local craftsman. It's his house come workshop come souvenir shop, and we'll be buying some Dokra handicraft from here.
We have bought a pack full of things from the Dhokra Village. The price there is very reasonable, and the artisans there are very nice and friendly, and there is no need to bargain as the price are quite decent. Let me show you the pieces that I have got. We are driving through the Jaipur Forest, and I can see tree-lined streets, and the road is very pretty.
So tree-lined streets and very peaceful drive through this forest road. I can see some signs of elephant crossing and deer crossing. No doubt this forest is inhabited by lots of wild animals. After driving through that Joypur Forest for 10 kilometers, we have arrived at Banalata Resort for lunch. And we have heard that the rasgullas out here are big and famous, and that is what have attracted us here. And it is about 10 kilometers away from Bishnupur, which we have come to visit. We are in for a traditional Bengali meal with vegetable made out of poppy seeds and lentils first, followed by some spicy curries made out of fish and chicken. Obviously, we'll have this with white rice. Very homely style Bengali curry. And the spice is little high here. I have that big chunk of raw fish. The curry is really very spicy, but the fish is very fresh. The rasgullas are very soft and juicy. And the rasgulla, if you don't know, it's a very popular sweet here in West Bengal.
We had an overall sumptuous lunch here, and the cherry on the cake was that rasgulla at the end. We are packing some for home, and then we'll head to Bishnupur. I am standing just in front of the forest, and behind me are many logs of woods. We just completed lunch. From here we will go to Bishnupur and visit the temples there.
Bishnupur is an archaeological hotspot and it is maintained by the Indian Archaeological Society. So you can buy an online cumulative ticket for ₹20 for each adult and enter all the temples in this area. Standing in the Rash Mancha in Bishnupur, this is a very unique structure and a very unique temple. The tradition was that all Radha Krishna idols during Rash festival was brought here and worshipped, and the architecture resembles a pyramid on the top. Then there is a resemblance of Bengali huts in the middle tier, and the lower tier resembles Islamic arches.
The temples in Bishnupur are mostly made up of terracotta, and this temple is also made out of terracotta.
And it's a very beautiful temple. Though it is not well preserved, but whatever remains is worth visiting.
This is the first place that we visited in Bishnupur, and there is a nice lawn surrounding this architecture.
We are standing currently in front of the Madan Mohan temple. This is another distinct terracotta relief in Bishnupur.
It is hard to imagine an entire holy site being built entirely out of terracotta, but Bishnupur is just that. It's literally built out of bricks and clay. The temples and the intricate designs on its walls are quite a thing to see.
The front facade of the temple is decorated with rich terracotta depicting the mythological stories like the Krishna Leela.
Just outside the temple, there are some shops selling some terracotta artifacts.
We are now at Jorbangla temple. It is a 17th century temple and it is made out of terracotta. The name Jorbangla signifies two adjoining huts that makes up the temple.
Jorbangla is one of the few temples which is in good conditions, which is richly ornamented with terracotta carving. The appearance is like two joined huts surmounted by a single tower.
Now we are here at Lalaji temple. It is few meters away from the Jorbangla temple. This is another temple dedicated to Lord Krishna and Radha.
We had an amazing time in the temple town of Bengal, that is Bishnupur, and it's evening now, and it was so lovely that we couldn't figure out how the day went by. Now we are all packed up in the car and going home. I hope you like this video. Then please do like, share and subscribe to our channel Bonkers More, and we'll go bonkers with you in the next series starting next week.